Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Listen, I was asked, how long should Ryan Garcia be banned from boxing? Once the whole B sample results come back, and if they come out and they say, okay, we know he failed for the A samples, but we tested the B samples, and Ryan Garcia, based on the results, Ryan Garcia cheated, right? So it's like, how long should he be banned from boxing? And I'm gonna tell you, I don't know. It's like I've been saying. I think they haven't really set a precedence on how they're going to handle this. I think it's been pretty inconsistent. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, Ryan Garcia, in his situation, is getting a lot of attention, man, and is not good. I think the result long term will be good because of how maybe now they'll handle ped usage in boxing. But for Ryan Garcia, look, he's innocent until proven guilty. Simple. But if you ask me, does it look good for Ryan? No, it doesn't. It's just like having somebody, you come home and you see something missing in your house, right? Let's say you had a television missing, and the cops come and they dust and they find fingerprints on your door, find fingerprints on the door to enter in the house, the door to enter in your office. They come in your office, find fingerprints on your desk, fingerprints on the desk that where the TV was, they find fingerprints because dumbass got the remote control and left the remote control, and the TV's gone. And then you got this person saying, hey, I didn't steal your TV. It's like, well, man, you've never been in my house. How all of a sudden your fingerprints end up in my house? He's innocent until proven guilty, but it doesn't look good for him. And that's like Ryan Garcia. It's like basically, hey, I think we believe he stole that TV in our house because there's some goddamn fingerprints, his fingerprints all over the place. But you still got to let the process play out, right? But I found an article that I thought was pretty interesting that kind of touched up on a few things. And I was like, it's much better than me rambling on. I might as well share the article with you and see the direction that, people are going as far as how they see it. But what I will tell you is I think that this ped usage, that's not cool. That's unacceptable. And of course, there's different situations. Sometimes guys inadvertently take it. Other times people are advertently taking the bullshit. And sometimes somebody's taking something just for stamina. Somebody's taking something for punch resistance, power, or they take something, a nice cocktail, man, that gives them a little bit of everything. The bottom line is, if someone's intentionally taking something that's banned, right, then that's a problem. Especially something that would really make them strong, and increase the power, punch resistance, stamina, everything, explosiveness. Now, you're talking about possibly killing somebody in the ring. And I remember before, my attitude was more like, hey, I don't know about a knee-jerk reaction to make a knee-jerk decision to where now somebody's permanently banned, from boxing. Because they got a family, they may have kids, can't do he or she that way. Maybe a 6-month ban, a 1-year ban. But then I started thinking, well, damn, if this person got in the ring, or what maybe they catch him before the fight, it's like, shit, what if they would have gotten in the ring like that and, killed the opponent? Then just like I'm concerned about somebody not being able to come back to boxing to provide for their family, the person they killed in the ring can't come back to boxing to provide for their family if they get in there with somebody who's taking peds and kills them. So when I looked at it like that, it's like, maybe that permanent lifetime ban is not such a bad idea. But I still think the smarter minds are going to have to collectively come together and decide on the construct of how to go forward with dealing with people who are violating these rules when it comes to boxing and ped usage. But anyway, with Ryan Garcia, there's this article that's talking about boxing peds and failed drug tests, and they're trying to just explain the punishments for fighters who are actually testing on the what I like to call the cocktail. And in this article is talking about the number one problem is PEDs, right? This, when it comes to not just boxing, all sports, right? And that's the thing about the article that I thought was a little bit unfair. But that's the sport we're talking about. But in all sports, PEDs is a problem. But the one thing about the article, I'm just going to go ahead and read it. It said that would be a sorry indictment in any case. But there's so many other issues with the sports. It's even worse that this one comfortably tops the list. So corruption in boxing is a problem, but there's so many layers to corruption. But they feel that, when it comes to PEDs, that tops the list. Fails tests and doping investigations are at an all-time high. And while boxing undoubtedly benefits from having stricter testing measures in place, which is paramount when it comes to a fighter's safety, it is being worn down by scandal and negative press. And when they're talking about the negative press, they're talking about how Ryan Garcia is out here trolling and how a lot of people are coming to Ryan Garcia's support instead of stopping and saying, okay, let's deal with the facts. The facts are Ryan Garcia got in the ring with this stuff in his system. And the fact is he beat the hell out of Devin Haney with this stuff in his system. And the fact is that those tests came back positive, the A samples. Now, of course, everybody, the conspiracy theories, I like to have those conversations. I'm going to be real. I like to talk about it. But those are the facts right now. But hopefully Ryan Garcia, when he get those B samples back, maybe he can show us there's a little bit more going on. But right now, what we know, some tests came back positive, right? But he's trolling the shit out of everybody about it. But the reports have been unconfirmed. Garcia has taken to social media. Of course, he's denied it all, saying it's all fake news. But the thing is, these are far from the first such stories to affect the sport. In August 2023, Dillian White, and I still don't really know what the hell happened here with Dillian White, but I think with Anthony Joshua and submitted a positive pre-fight test, which was his third. And if you notice, Dillian White just disappeared from the sport. You know what I mean? He just was out of there. Makes you wonder how all of that manifested himself. One of the biggest fights of his career coming up, a rematch with Anthony Joshua, and all of a sudden he tests positive for a PED and just quietly disappears for 6 months. I just think that's crazy. But it goes on to say how many low blows can boxing take. The fallout from a positive test is complicated and riddled with inconsistencies. To help you sort through the nuance, we put together a guide. Okay, so let's see what the guide's talking about what happens after a boxer tests positive. Here it gives a little explanation of what's a PED. In short, PEDs are substances used to unnaturally increase strength, stamina, and athletic performance. Examples would be anabolic steroids, HGH, and there are also over 200 different varieties, and regularly looks like new PEDs are being introduced. Why would fighters take PEDs? I think we all know that without me going through this explanation, but the bottom line is it allows athletes to work harder, recover quicker in training. And since we're talking about recover quicker in training, isn't that what snack is about? The recovery and shit? So to me, maybe a deeper dive needs to be done on Victor Conti and his supplements, and although they're not illegal, maybe they give this, because they have some of these drugs that aren't banned, but give the same result as some of these banned substances. And if we're talking about, like right here where it says recover quicker in training, makes you wonder what the hell fighters are taking over there with Conti. Maybe they should be on the ban list too, you know what I'm saying? It says there's an old axiom that a fight is won in the gym. That being the case, if an individual can work harder and recover faster than their opponent, they have a significant advantage in a fight. Good example of this was the other day when Inoue got knocked down and he popped right up and kept the party going, you know what I'm saying? He recovered with the quickness. Also, if a fighter is moving up in weight and struggles to add the requisite poundage, then a substance like HGH can boost testosterone levels and help to add muscle. Okay, so how are PEDs taken? It says it's common to be injected, but it can be orally, and then there are gels and creams. Sugar Shane Mosley just came out and was talking about the stuff he was taking, which was not only an injection, but a cream that he was rubbing into his skin. It says the latter is the safer method of the two, so the creams are safer. Steroids are usually taken in cycles. I think we know that to prevent users from building tolerance and to allow testosterone levels to increase over time. So obviously people got it down to a science. We know Alicia Baumgartner had tested positive for some stuff, but then all of a sudden her stuff was overturned and said she was cleared. I don't know the whole story. I just know she was cleared. But are PEDs dangerous? I mean, I think it's dangerous to the person who's using them and the individual in the ring who's going to be facing somebody who's, juiced to the gills. But PEDs cause liver disease as are known to negatively affect the kidneys, testicles, ovaries, and the heart. Long-term usage can lead to severe health problems and even death. Other side effects include paranoia, depression, bouts of roid rage, skin problems, acne, or large pimples are visible signs of steroid use. So that is interesting because it looks like in the next 5-10 years, if we start seeing different boxers having issues and getting sick, may be able to trace it back to steroid use. You know what I'm saying? So that's a really, really interesting point. Now, masking agents. If you heard of PEDs in sports, you probably heard of the term masking agent. So what exactly are masking agents? In the simplest of terms, a masking agent is a substance that's used to interfere with the accuracy of testing. So it's used to interfere with the accuracy of testing. The most common masking agent is diuretics. Okay, I did not know that, which increases urine and helps flush other drugs from the system quicker than what would be natural. That is why. Okay, I thought the diuretics was just to lose weight, water weight. I did not. That's why diuretics is such a big thing. Or one of the reasons. I did not know that. Masking agents also help an athlete lose weight. A diuretic, such as furosemide, alters the sodium balance in the kidneys, but helps the body retain water. Okay, I knew that. All such substances are banned by the drug agencies. Okay, so punishments after testing positive for PEDs. In the UK has standard 4-year ban for athletes that test positive. Wow. Each case is dealt with separately, and investigations are commonplace when a fighter tests positive. In rare instances, a fighter is able to clear their name when testing contamination is proven, or they may have inadvertently ingested a banned substance contained in a supplement, which does happen. The latter is less respected as a defense because an athlete is responsible for what they consume. Yeah, but if the shit's not on the goddamn label, then it's not their fault, which we know because there was an expert out here talking about supplements and stuff and how there are things that are in supplements that aren't on the label. So you have athletes who can be ingesting this shit and not even know it. In 2019, oh boy, Gerald Miller tested positive for 3 banned substances. The infringement cost Miller a shot. Yeah, he lost, $5 million plus payday against Anthony Joshua. And even now, the dark cloud still hangs over his head. Not just the sport, over his head. But due to the fact that he didn't hold a full New York license, Miller would be handed a 6-month suspension by the New York Athletic State Commission, was able to sign with Top Rank. Wow, that's how he was able to get away with the 6-month suspension. Miller was pulled from his first outing with that promoter after testing positive again. We know about that. And the Nevada State Athletic Commission handed a 2-year ban. I think if Ryan Garcia comes back positive, he's going to get a 2-year ban. Is a world champion stripped of their title if they test positive for PEDs? So boxing has 4 sanctioning bodies. You got Larry, Moe, Curly, and Joe. Then there's also the Ring Magazine Championship. All of them have stripped the world champion for PED use in the past. But there's still, there goes my favorite word, inconsistency. Then here, Neary just fought anyway, but it says right here, he failed a VADA-administered test prior to facing Shinsuke Yamanaka. The substance in question was zilpaterol, which is used to increase muscle growth. Damn. Neary denied any wrongdoing, insisting that the positive test was a result of the Mexican beef, right? Substances such as zilpaterol and clenbuterol are used in Mexican livestock to increase cattle size. Kind of like carnibin and clomiphene in them goddamn eggs. The rest of the tests were revealed after Neary battered Yamanaka to a violent 4th-round stoppage defeat. The WBC accepted Neary's explanation, and he kept his title. Makes you wonder, huh? But anyway, that's what this article is talking about. It doesn't really kind of say, how going forward how things should be handled. But I'm telling you, if Gerald Big Baby Miller got a 2-year ban, and Amir Khan got a 2-year ban, I'm thinking Ryan is probably going to get a 2-year ban. I know the 6-month ban, and hey, if he proves his innocence, great. Boom, keep the party going. But at the same time, let's be real here. If everything comes back, and when they finally sit back and say, okay, look, beyond a reasonable doubt, we can sit here and say definitively that Ryan Garcia, he was out here taking the goddamn cocktail and didn't hold his horses and took it to the stupid. Ryan Garcia is going to be up shit creek without a paddle. But how long should Ryan be banned from boxing? If, when the dust settles, they say, okay, we can, without a doubt say this man cheated. I think maybe the 2 years is kind of the sweet spot. You know what I mean? But my thing is, with this conversation, I know some people think he has been set up. Some people think he cheated. I can see it both ways. But my thing is, let's forget about that. Let's not forget about it, right? If he was cheating, right? Because right now it looks like it. But once the dust settles and they say, hey, Ryan Garcia was on the cocktail. That beating he put on Devin, man, it's going to, like he could have permanently affected Devin Haney's future in-ring performances. And that's a shame. But if he's not on it, then that just shows that Devin Haney has a lot of work to do because Ryan Garcia was putting the bing-bings on him and Devin Haney wasn't able to make adjustments and his corner didn't know what to do. Or some people say he just fought the wrong fight. And Devin Haney rebounds later this year against Sandor Martin and he boxes and does what he does great and he gets a victory and he's back on track. Bottom line is, if only the fly on the wall could talk, then we'd have answers. Because right now, who could take Ryan serious? He's talking about how you're drinking every day, smoking weed every day. The more he talks, the more he hurts himself. At least with people like me who are neutral, not biased, don't really give a shit. I'm just here to have a conversation. But the more he talks, the more I sit back and watch him. I'm like, yo, where's his big brother? Where's his mom? Where's his dad? Where's his uncle? Where's his friend? I have friends like that. I have friends like that who are the big ass mouths. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes we have to trump them up. It's like, yo, my man, easy, relax. What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? And it seems like nobody's telling this guy anything. Like someone needs to tell him, bro, Ryan, shut the F up. Sit back and listen a whole lot. Talk. Don't say nothing. You already said your piece. It's time to shut up. Quit doing these interviews. Don't say nothing. Just sit back, enjoy your life, and let the dust settle. Especially if you're innocent. If I was innocent, I don't think I'd be acting a fool. I'd be like, oh, let it play out. What I would say, unless you're a magician, you can't create something. And I'd be like, test my hair follicles. You can shave off my eyebrows. I wouldn't give a damn. Whatever you need to do. Because those tests, if that's not my urine, if it's not my blood, okay, cool. Come over here, and you're saying now it should all be out my system, but they say it's trapped in your hair follicles, right? Shave my head bald. Take all the hair you need. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to prove my innocence. If I'm innocent, I'm going to prove my innocence. But, if they start taking the hair off that man's head and shit, and they find out he was on the cocktail, Ryan Garcia's in bad shape. That being said, y'all keep cool. I'm not saying he's guilty. I'm not saying he's innocent. I'm saying in about 4 to 6 weeks, we'll get the B samples back, and then we'll go from there. But right now, to me, shit ain't looking good for Ryan. He's definitely not helping his case. But let's just wait and see how the dust settles, man, in the breeze.